Hi guys, my friends, those who are near and far away beyond the sea. I'm here today after a long gap of time because I have already uh, read, but because of certain technical problem, I could not do it again. I'm revising. That will I will not upload that one. I was telling a lot of things, but today I'm saying once again. Today is Friday to 02. That is February 9 to 2024. 24 and before reading my poetry's today's topic is T.S. Eliot, one of the greatest poet of 19th century, 20th century, sorry, 20th. And I would like to mm, say something about little about why we are the lost generation, post-lost generation poets, sorry, post lost generation poetry could not be able to conceive their mind to depict poetry in a proper sense. This is because of the war. After the Second World War, now right now we are facing that it is between, it's a very pathetic to say what to say. I've been watching all the people. I don't want people to, innocent people are being killed, and this is the thing. And today only, today is the 9th of February 2024, and it is. I heard that Sergei Shoigu, one of the army general from Russia, says that they are occupying more and more land of Ukraine, the defenders. Pray for that. And Israel, as a good people, they are also doing the last pocket of land in Rafah, but our president, Joe Biden, denied that it is top issue. I don't know what he said, but and the other one is that what the Hamas they have been given the name as a terrorist because the UNRWA and so on, they have been taking the looting the food and all the, they are also taking as a human shield according to the, in accordance with the the news. mm, they have demanded that the 135 days need to be ceasefire and the exchange of Palestinian, the prisoners to be released, and also something and something, and which Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, abruptly denied the ceasefire on the hostages, the actions of hostages, not the captive. Captive, many people, the journals, they are using the captive, but this is not the issue. Hostages. There are babies, women, children, elderly people, and all. We'll pray for them. Okay, this much for today, and let's go without being delayed. Let's do 3 minutes. Have already gone. Oh my God. Anyway, I'll try to finish within I think 18 minutes, but I don't know. It's a little lengthy poetry. It's a depiction of my hands. In those days, we used to write, not in the typing. We are the little bit earlier students, or what to say, writers, and what to say. Now these days, even my son, youngest son, is in 10 years old. He is doing his best, but I'm making him to write with hand, only not with the computer. They do make a mistake, but the computer will make the correction, and they will type, and that look reliable. But it is not good. Today's topic is T.S. Eliot, one of the greatest poet. As you know, those who have read is okay. If I am done something mistaken about him, please forgive me. Human beings does a mistake. Human being does a mistake. So theme, synopsis, and all. Let me tell about this poem. Why I'm writing? What is about this poem? What a poem is about? What T.S. Eliot about T.S. Eliot, sir, about his interviews and how himself says art of beauty. Here in New York City, he had an interview. I saw the interview and observing interview that I just related. I know the Wasteland. We have read a lot of poetry about him, but because in archive, American the journals they have kept and they upload it in the YouTube, and I saw it, I reread it, and then I just turn it into in my poetic form. So about his interview and how himself says art of beauty, talks on great poets of his age and their work. He talks about his great poets, about his contemporary or earlier, or even the young we uh, how he encourages or encouraged to do. Third, finally the writer adjusts himself, feels to a collapse. As a writer, by looking all this, his interview, I feel myself collapse. And lastly, I too have coined mine into this poetry. Who am I? Where am I living? And it's very, very shortly, but most of the version, most of the sayings, most of the writings, or in accordance with the interview given by someone else I'm going to read, is there, and then I try to regulate myself, vomit in a sense, in a literal language, or I try to submit myself, I'm nothing. Okay? Thank you, ma'am. My friends, those who are living nearby or far beyond the sea, hope you are doing well. And I am also doing the best. But the thing is that my wife, last time, she has been admitted in the hospital nearby here in Tennessee, Nashville, the capital of Tennessee. And in the southern hospital, she was there for, for example, people will say a lot of things, but I would like to say in a straightforward manner, she was in the emergency room for 4 hours, and then she was shifted because of her previous operations. And I don't know, but really we say the teachers are the second god, but I should say right now the doctors are the second god. Right now I'm relieved. She is right now back home, but yes, from yesterday she is gone to her duty. Thank you, my friend. Today is Friday and 8 minutes 50 seconds has gone already. The topic is Dear T.S. Eliot. So, sorry, whether you can hear my voice or not. Let me bring my camera a little bit from front. Dear Sir T.S. Eliot, I heard your interview at the heart of New York City in the house of Mrs. Louis Henry Cohen. Dear T.S. Eliot, I heard your interview at the heart of New York City in the house of Mrs. Louis Henry Cohen, who is the best friend you ever had. Preserved your portrait on the wall. Who was the best friend you ever had? Preserved your portrait on the wall. Second stanza. Sir Donald Hall carefully interrogated every bit of questionnaire you answered from the ancient myths to modern age. Sir Donald Hall carefully interrogated every bit of questionnaire you answered from the ancient myths to modern age. And critics of France, Italy, and Germany talks about the tax of arts. And critics of France, Italy, and Germany talks about the tax of art without biasness and hesitant. You had them rebuilt. Talks about the tax of art without biasness and hesitant. You had made them rebuild. Third, apart from the play, the elder statesman, based on Oedipus at Colonus, a Greek mythology. Apart from the play, the elder statesman, based on Oedipus at Colonus, a Greek mythology, your greatest is the wasteland. You quote it. Your greatest is the wasteland, you quote it. But in absence of Ezra Pound, is a poet, Ezra Pound. But in absence of Ezra Pound, never have come this poem into account, the wasteland. But in absence of Ezra Pound, never have come this poem into account, at number of times sorted out by him that aided you to be immortal. At number of times sorted out by him that aided you to be immortal. Since Pope's, Alexander Pope's, I'm just writing only Pope's. Since Pope's Belinda the Rap of Locke, since Pope's the Belinda of Rap of Locke, you mixed. He annexed, not brilliantly, that might make it cocktail, Ezra Pound. Since Pope's is a Pope's, I mean TSL, it's the Alexander Pope's, he mixed here. Since Pope's Belinda, the Rap of Locke, you mix, he annexed, Pope annexed, not brilliantly, that might make it cocktail, Islamic, hotspots. Fourth, like W.B. Yeats, W.B. Yeats, he is also greatest poets of that his time. Like W.B. Yeats, encourage William Sinji to study Ireland. Finally, finish the final 3 acts play Rider to the Sea. Like W.B. Yeats, encourage William Sinji to study Ireland. Finally, finish the final 3 acts play the Rider to the Sea. So did Sir Ezra Pound in your wasteland. So did Sir Ezra Pound in your wasteland, despite obstacle of great world war at hand. Despite, that is 20th century, obstacles of great world war at hand. Fifth, when asked about new poets, never dare you to discourage them. When asked about new poets, never dare you to discourage them, but rather check their form and content. But rather check their form and content. Next, though, is a very, very important thing, please remember, my friends. Though you spend rest of your life in England, that is Britain, though you spent rest of your life in England, pursued Nobel Prize and earned fame, pursued got, that means Nobel uh, Prize and earned fame, yet your core theme came from New England. Yet your core theme came from New England. Now, my friends, to be continued, and this is the poet's feeling. That is my, as a poet, that is my feelings, okay? This is only one stanza, last version. What I mean to say is that it is my feeling. Now, his interview is finished, and what he said in the interview, I have just narrated. Sir, me as a pure diaspora, this is a feeling of poet, okay? Poet's feeling I'm saying. Boys. Sir, me as a pure diaspora, truly the poorest peasant Sora. Truly the poorest peasant Sora. Sora means son. I have coined the Nepali word. Came from Southeast Asia. Came from Southeast Asia in the heart of America. Britain used to call New England. I have bracketed here. I'll use in my book. In the heart of America, yet neither acquainted their accents nor questionnaires. Yet neither acquainted their accents nor questionnaires. A little knowledge I bore into the heart of my core. A little knowledge I bore into the heart of my core is slowly emptying at each second. Is slowly emptying at each second before the departure of my soul. Before the departure of my soul. Thank you. I have reading finished. Now we have already gone 17 minutes, my friends. Let me I have already given the certain themes, and let me summarize whether you have acquainted or not. I have used the word acquainted. Now right now I'm reading. I'll do fast and try my best to explain you. It will take like maybe 25 minutes. The topic is already Dear T.S. Eliot. Dear sir, I just want to salute our our previous one. We have to salute our poets. They are the greatest critics, poets of that time. Sorry to say. Dear sir, T.S. Eliot, I heard your interview at the heart of New York City in the house of Mrs. Louise Henry Cohen, who was the friend of you ever had to preserve your poetry. Now, this is in the first stanza. I'm just highlighting about T.S. Eliot that he came to the New York City, the New York in America, and he had a greatest interview. He was an old man. I saw him. And it was in the house of Mrs. Louise, Mrs. Louise Henry, and was the best friend of you ever had. I'm just narrating. This is a narration, narrative poem also you can say. And preserve your portrait on a wall. There is a big picture, portrait on the wall, hanging on the wall of T.S. Eliot by Mrs. Louise Henry, Mrs. Henry, or what you say. Now, who is the interviewer here? Who is going to take interview? T.S. Eliot, and the one who is taking the interview is Mr. Donald. Sir Donald Hall, his name is. Sir Donald Hall carefully interrogated every bit of questionnaire you answered, from the ancient myths to the modern age, and critics of France, Italy, and Germany talks about the tasks of arts without biasness and hesitant you admit them revealed. Friend, you understand or not? In a simple language, Mr. Donald Hall was an interviewer, and there in the every bit of questionnaire he asks, from the ancient myths. Myth means, I have been telling you many times, myth is like a doubtful story. Like, for example, so many, depiction in the, like, in a Greek arts, like, if you go to Greece, Greek, you know, arts of beauty, you can see the letters and writings and all. About talks about myth, it to the modern age. He might have talked about the new modern age writers and all. And he might not have seen my name, but still then he talked about modern age like us. And critics of France, Italy, and Germany. Germany, like he talked about Nietzsche, he might have talked about the Italy, a lot of things he talks, but I don't want to, influence here. Talks about the talks of art, but he talks about the talks of art. Art means poetry. It's not like monkey art, designing of like, the statues and all, okay? About poetry I'm talking. And without biasness, hesitant, you give the reveal. Everything he revealed by without biasness. He's very frank. I would like to, reading this one, I would like to write about differ and differ. Jacques Derrida. The poetry is here. Derrida. I want to even show Walter. And Dickinson, Emil Dickinson is also there. And I am also writing, I have also written about S.T. Coleridge, okay? And next, third. Apart from the play, the elder statesman, based on Oedipus, Oedipus Rex, written by Sophocles, the greatest tragedy. It is there in human nature as an art, and an artist, as a poet, we must say, there are so much of on earth they are going, but we don't know. People get kept in secret. If you have read Oedipus Complex or Oedipus Rex, see, it is a fate. It is showing by the fate how the son has been indulged with the mother, bearing a child. It might be. The clue comes from the Solomon, the Testament of Solomon, also which the book have not been included in the Bible, even the book of Enoch, or we say Enoch, book of Enoch. Yeah. So if you would read Solomon, the Testament of Solomon is a very, very, oh my God, I just feel, so much pathetic. And apart from the play, the elderly statesman based on the Oedipus at Colonus, a Greek mythology, your greatest is the wasteland. You quoted T.S. Eliot's Wasteland. Remember. That is in the tradition, the individual is quaint, and he also read the myth from the Eastern mythology, that is from Indian, like Bhagavad Gita, Santi, Santi, Santi. Because of that, I am influenced by that. Because of that, I also included some of my poetry about Santi, Santi. I am so much influenced by him, T.S. Eliot. His best is the wasteland. But how? How? Why? How? I'm telling here because of his narration. But in absence of Ezra Pound, never have come this poem into account. Because of the Ezra Pound, his contemporary, his era, in time of his era, Greatest Self by Ezra Pound. Never have this poem, this poem is a wasteland account, at number of times sorted out by him that aided you to be immortal. Because of Ezra Pound, he gave the writing and he sorted out. But me, see, I am a diaspora living here. I have written, I am a diaspora living. None of the people, educated people are here. Few educated people, they don't, because we are the diasporan people from, the third country. None of the people. Our certificate is not valued here. Certificate. I have a certificate. Double degree, everything. One day, if you want to see, I taught in the college, universities for many years, but they don't give us because they don't value. The America Listen, those who are listening to me, my friends, those who are or the poet or whoever you are else, don't look at the certificate and don't value, okay? There are genius people in the world, every corners. Do not underestimate. I am an American citizen, but by law, our certificate has been I don't know. They said me to, you have to go for 1 year to give a lecture in the college, this thing and that. I don't know why. If I go, I went to there, one of the universities here in Argosy, those are listening American friends. But I didn't find anything. All the American, those are like doing like a post, like PhD, they are they are from the, most of them are from the retired army. We are not like that. But they didn't give. They have to fulfill. They have to say like that. That's not the right thing. There are genius people from Asia or Chinese. This is only right like a robber stamp. No, apple cart. Read it. Apple cart. Bernard Shaw. Second is Shakespeare. I don't know why the people. This makes me so much violated. I'm writing that one on the theme also. That okay. That's it, my friend. So at the times, whether you are you coming to the point or not, never have come into this point into account because of the wasteland, and that is being held by Ezra Pound. But his wasteland is the best one. At the times of sorted out by him, yeah. At number of times sorted out him Ezra Pound, and that age you to be immortal. He has become an immortal. Immortal means he has become a immortal. Now TSA has been immortal. Why? Because millions and millions of people they already read and are going to read or are reading still. I read. Immortal never dies. Socrates immortal. Jesus Christ immortal. But Deep Sloth may be immortal. I don't know. Thank you so much. This is just a feeling, my friend. Since Pope's Belinda Rapperlock you mix ANX and brilliantly that might make it cocktail. The Alexander Popes, no, if I go on about him, it will take a long time, but I don't want to say. But he wrote a Belinda the Rapperlock. It's a very, very satirical. And who has done? Since Belinda the Rapperlock you mixed, he annexed. Not brilliantly, that might make it cover. It will be hospitals, it will be meaningless. But he did there. Because in those times they are collaborating each other, sharing each other. But our time is a post. I could say, no, not a post. I could give other name, okay? And it is totally, we don't have a call also. None of the people, my friends, are here because they are busy to feed. Feed means feed themselves. So sorry. Next, like W.B. Yeats encouraged William Sinjay to study Ireland. W.B. Yeats, now I'm saying, I'm using the simile. Like W.B. Yeats encouraged William Sinjay to study Ireland. Finally finish the final 3 acts play, Rider to the Sea. Who wrote Rider to the Sea? William Sinjay. But he has to go on their Ireland and studies and all. How, oh my God, all dying. Male, all are dying. If I take, it would take a 1 hour to interpret or what to say to summarize it. But go to Rider to the Sea is a 3 act play. Okay, very simple but so pathetic. So did Sir Indra Pond in your wasteland. I am telling, Sir. Sir W.B.Yeats. W.B.Yeats help. William Sinjay. So did my Ezra Pond to you. TSL it, sir. I'm telling like that. Azur like that, okay? Submission, that means. Despite obstacle, great world war at hand. At that time, there was a great world war. But they are doing their best. Who is helping me? No one. This is my volumes of poetry. No one. That's it. That's why. Post lost generation, I want to say, not lost generation. Next. When asked about when asked about new poets, never dare you to discourage them, but rather check their forms and content. The interviewer, Mr. What is called Donald Hall, asks, "What about the new poets? What do you think about the new poetry?" And this is the last person. He talked about. But he says, "Never mind. There must be like a rhythm, so and this thing and that." No, but he challenge, or what he dare to say, not challenge, dare to say, rather check their forms, what kind of form he has written, and the content, meaning, CONTENTS, and content, CONTIN, content, inside, CONTENTS, contents means meaning, form, how it is formed, and content. Form and content. Though I'm saying the last and then mine, okay? Though you spend rest of your life in England, pursued Nobel Prize and on fame, yet your core theme came from New England. Oh, fame in England, so my England, fame, England, oh, my content so nicely. Rhythm, I give a rhythm to make a musicality here, but otherwise not, okay? We are all, form, we write in the content and the form. Though you spend rest of your life, T.S. Eliot as an English, he spent most of his life rest of his life in England. Pursued means got Nobel Prize, Pulitzer Prize, Nobel Prize, they just get, and earned fame, name and fame in the world by Westland. Yet your core theme came from New England. His theme came from the New England, that means America. Do not be confused by saying England and New England. Remember, my friend, I used to be confused before. Once they were the war, they were colonized by the British. The America, they named as New England because by they have a pride, India, 200 years somewhere they ruled, and South Africa and so on. Right now, the England has become small, and right now they are depending on us, the American. Now, this is the poet voice. Poet's voice means me, Deep Slavati. Okay? What I am saying to him, and whether you like or not, this is just my feeling. This is about his interview, and this is my feeling. Thank you so much. If time papers, tomorrow there will be Dear Sir ST College, okay? I am reading. I take an, okay. The last stanza is mine, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 lines are there. Thank you so much. This is my feelings, whether you like or not. My boys. Sir, me as a pure diaspora, I'm right now in America because diaspora, I'm a diaspora, living from my homeland. I have written already. Sir, me as a pure diaspora, truly the poorest peasant Swara. Peasant is a farmer. Farmer. What do you say? Chora is a word like kukuri, Gurkha. The people use the kukuri. Our people, Gurkha is named. Last time Donald Trump, when he was the then president of our, this year also, he is now fighting with Joe Biden from Republican. When he was there with the North Korea's president, Kim Jong-un, or what is his name? Oh my God. Who they can guide? It was given by the Gurkha. So, sir, me as a pure diaspora, truly the poorest peasant Chora. Diaspora Chora, I'm trying to make it, but Chora is like a son in Nepalese word. One day this might be coined, but The book that is supposed to come, I will use the same word, the chora. It is not in dictionary, okay? Chora is a word. Chora is a son. S-O-N, son. Not S-U-N. Male child, chora. Truly the poorest, living destitute. I came like an Abraham Lincoln. What can I say? Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of America. Came from Southeast Asia. I came from Southeast Asia in the heart of America, New England. This is New England, no? America. Yet, neither acquainted their accent or questionnaires. So, when this poem had been written since 8 or 9 years ago. I was like a dump here because being literated, but still then the people, those who are talking, like for example, if the whites and the black, my friends, there are whites and blacks, if I combine together and we sit together, the accent or the articulation or diphthong, what you can say, phonology, what we don't have the same patterns, for example, one of my good friend, a black friend was there, American black friend, not African, thus they immigrate from there. They are related to us like that because they have been colonized by the British. But here, those who have been colonized, who had been colonized by the British have been dead. They did. Now the generation, they have their own lang and parole, we can say, in a linguistic form. For example, we say glass, G-L-A-S-S, glass. This is a glass or a mug, please. But a British friend, when we are having a cup of coffee, one say glass, G-L-S, glass, a glass of coffee, a glass of water, a glass of milk. But one of my best friend, whose name is Rudok, or I don't remember. He said glass, pass, ledges. see the spelling is same, but the pronunciation, the accent differs. And I went to the northern part of America, and the southern, and even the California, and here in Tennessee and somewhere else. Totally different. So discard the accents, okay? Rather go to the literary world. So, where am I? Sir, me as a pure diaspora, truly poorest peasants, means a farmer's sora, means son, came from Southeast Asia in the heart of America, yet neither acquainted their accent or the questionnaire. I had to, questionnaire. When they make a questionnaire, hello, do you want to go mute this? I had to take an interview. Interpreter to get my, to get everything. And when I was first landed in America, and Nepali was there, those who are here for a long time, and they tried me to interpret well. Otherwise, I didn't know. The last fourth line, a little knowledge I bore at the time into the heart of my core of this American accents, not about the literary world. The little knowledge of your language I bore into the heart of my core means inside, is slowly emptying at each second. At the time when I'm writing, emptying. Now it is going. What I have, or what I had possessed inside me, each second is going to be diminished before the departure of my soul. Before the departure of my soul means, S-O-U-L. Soul means it is going. Now, once the soul is gone, your body is like a lock, L-O-G, lock, and you will be fatigued, and you are no more like a dead, and then it's nothing. So thank you, my friends. How do you like this poem about the solitude of T.S. Eliot? Tomorrow maybe S.T. Coleridge or the Emily Dickinson also. And last time also I have written here. This is a very, very newly poetry. Let me read. New poem that was written 02/02/24. 02/02/24, that means February 2nd. Now today is February 9th. I met a guy. It's a very, very beautiful topic. My dear Papa has already been written. Thank you so much, all the friends. Now it has been 40 minutes, whether you like or not, whenever you in the leisure time, extra time, lying on the bed, just click it out, Deep channel. Just click DIPS, Deep channel. Before a couple of months or 1 year or 2 years ago, I have uploaded my songs. I'm a songwriter, also composer, singer also, but here I cannot do because this is purely, the platform is about the poetry. Whenever I'm doing my poetry, I do not sing or laugh. But one thing is that we, the people, there are so many people, genius people, talented people, no, they can do it. Thank you so much. There are part by part. You can look at me and help to share your friends so that they can go and also subscribe. If you can subscribe, so that it will be multiplied by. Okay. Thank you so much, YouTube, and doing the best, and have a great time. It is already going to be 8 o'clock, the night time. Today is Friday. Wish you best of luck and have a good dream. We pray for all the people, those who are living in a pathetic condition, or those who are enjoying. We all love. Thank you so much. Deep Slaughter. Have a great time.